Hi, this month we thought instead of sending our usual newsletter, we would send a video because we feel it feels a bit more personal and also that it might be more interesting. So we thought we would, just send you a video and say hello to you all.
Hello. Richie cut my hair during lockdown, hence the turban. It was all right for a few days and then it grew back. Anyway.
As I'm sure you can
It's lovely.
imagine, COVID-19 has changed not only the way we have to do things like haircuts, but has also changed the whole way we work at the Haven. So we went into lockdown on the 26th of March, and we weren't even allowed out to exercise. The only time we could go out was for medical, grocery, or if we had a special permit to do it. So to help us deal with this, we changed the way our Haven was staffed. And so our wonderful staff came in for 6 days, two staff members on 6 days at a time, and they lived in and looked after the children, and then they got 12 days off, and we've been doing that ever since.
And you picked them up at their front door.
Yeah.
And brought them to the front door at the Haven.
Yeah, so because of lockdown, there was no taxis, there was no transport, and so I was driving every sixth day to do a 2 hour round trip to pick up each staff member and drop them off.
But it's been wonderful because we've seen, I keep getting brought back to Isaiah 60, arise, shine, for your light has come, and thick darkness covers the people, thick darkness covers the earth, but the glory of the Lord rises upon you. And what we've seen is 7.5 tons of food distributed by our church next door. So we live right next door to the church, and that's been a joy, hasn't it? Just like
it's been fantastic.
Like the kids have been able to go next door to the church and pack bags and see that distributed.
Yeah, and it's also given us an opportunity to partner with Fountain Vineyard and see some of that food go to foster families who foster some of our kids and who are struggling, and also to our staff who, even though they all kept their job, the vast majority of people in their families lost their jobs. It's been a challenge. The other thing that we've had to do is all the schools have been closed, so we've had to be looking at homeschooling 5 children, all at different stages, different grades, and in 2 different schools. So to do that.
So sorry, the 5 kids, 3 of whom were ours, and then 2 from the Haven, which left then 5 babies in the Haven.
So to do that, we moved the 2 older children from the Haven, who are 9 and 5, to our house. And so for the vast majority of lockdown, we've had the 2 of them staying with us. So homeschooling has been a challenge.
Yes, but we did it. We're still, Joseph's now gone back to school for 3 days a week, and so because July, August is still school months for us out here, and so yeah, he's gone back. Ruben and Moss are going back next week. It's been a challenge, but during that lockdown period when we had the school-age kids with us here before their school reopened, we really sensed God's presence. It was actually very, very beautiful sitting around the table with them. We every evening we did happy, sad, what's your high, what's your low of the day, and we got them to talk, and we were able to just see the Lord minister to them, those 2 siblings in particular, before the long-term plan for them is international adoption.
We were very surprised that an adoption went ahead during lockdown, and we just have to commend the social workers from ACBV for just persevering and being there. And we found that a lot of our work has been severely hampered by lockdown rules. So social work was pulled right back to, is the child in imminent danger? And if the answer was yes, there was somebody there to enter or to help. But if the answer was no, it just stopped. And so we're still at the process of beginning to get some of the social workers back again. So we're looking forward to the cases beginning to move forwards again.
Yeah, so that was baby L, who left us the end of March, and then we had baby B, who left us back in January. And again, that was just a delight to see this little boy who had arrived with us at the end of November of last year, and then he was adopted to a beautiful family and given a new name, the whole thing, and it was just beautiful to behold that. And see him now learning to walk and thriving. We had to take him to the physio every week previously, and so he was quite a bit delayed, but now he's walking and
all the children are doing absolutely fantastic. We couldn't be happier. Recently, we heard that the local maternity ward in the hospital near us had people, pregnant women, on the floor for 16 days waiting for their cesarean section that they were supposed to happen 16 days ago, and just not enough staff, not enough care. Again, there's been a call out to lots of different churches to provide maternity pads, newborn nappies, towels, blankets. We know of people who are being treated of COVID who are being covered by the hospital staff with newspaper because there is no blankets. So there's been a lot of need there, and again, we've been very grateful to be able to be part of the response to that by providing a certain amount of nappies and maternity pads or
and
whatever
many
else
of
they
you
need.
have given, so thank you so much for giving. It was actually beautiful. We went for a walk there on Saturday, and Ruben, who's now 9, said to me, "Mommy, God's just given me a number, and that's the number of my pocket money I'm supposed to give." And then he gave me another number, and he said, "That's how much you're supposed to add on to my number." He wasn't letting us away with anything. So he got a number for himself from his pocket money, and then a number for us to add on. And it was just beautiful that the Lord's speaking to our kids about giving and generosity, and we're seeing the church shining. So God was speaking to us during lockdown about opening a home for pregnant mothers in crisis. So this would be primarily for mothers experiencing homelessness. So baby Elle, who left us back in March there, came to us initially with his mom, literally from the street, and he had a skin condition which we all caught one by one from him, and so that was treated. It was all treatable and manageable, and he was also malnourished, but it sort of reinforced to us this idea of early intervention, that we really need to stand with mums during pregnancy in order to prevent homelessness, in order to prevent malnutrition.
It prevents HIV, cerebral palsy, fetal alcohol syndrome. There's so many things that can be prevented if mum is protected during pregnancy, and also issues due to malnutrition can also be remedied by providing a healthy diet, and also keeping the family together by providing training for mum for being able to go into the job market, for being able to subsidize whatever she earns through vegetable gardens and that sort of stuff. So lots of plans, lots of dreams.
And the plan long term would be to open up a home for pregnant mothers in crisis.
So we're hoping pretty soon we'll have a more solid announcement to make about that. At the moment we're dreaming, we're putting plans in place. We're still working out exactly what it's going to look like.
We are very much desiring to facilitate this home as a means to just give this mother time to make a decision, an informed decision on whether she wishes to parent or whether she wishes to have her child released for adoption, consented for adoption, or foster care.
Yeah. So please be praying with us and dreaming with us. We're very excited. We've still got a number of legal issues we need to sort of work out how we're going to get around.
For under 18-year-olds.
Over 18, under 18 in the same house. How's that going to work? Please be praying with us for that. We know of crisis intervention organisations who intervene in crisis pregnancies who've been praying for a house like this for 10 years in Port Elizabeth. So it's a big need. We're so grateful to be able to send this video to you, and thank you for praying, thank you for supporting us, and we look forward to hopefully in the not so distant future to send out a proper announcement about what this is going to look like, how it's going to work, and time scale of when we plan to open it. So we love you guys, and thank you very much.
And just to encourage you, just the last kind of note that I wanted to end on was to say that our house that we live in here, the Haven used to be here, but it's number 24, and then the Haven is number 22A, and then 22B, and then the church is just 22. So 22A and B will be eventually the children's haven, and then the mother's home. But I was reading Psalm 22 recently, and it actually says, the Lord your God. So David is speaking to God, and he's saying that the Lord my God was the midwife at my birth. So he's actually expressing to the Lord his delight at being birthed by God. And so I just couldn't believe that it was the psalm is the same number as the actual house itself. And so we're just really sensing God's guidance and his just his real pleasure over this home and approval over this, that it's very much been in his heart for a long time, I believe. We believe that. And So now is the time, and I think with lockdown, it's just kind of brought all of these issues to the surface, of the need really in Port Elizabeth, and not just here but globally. And so we just feel like very much that now's the time.
Now's the time. Yeah.
So thank you for standing with us. Thank you for all of your support, your prayer support, your financial support, and just thank you for. We just really feel your prayers and really feel that all of Ireland, Northern Ireland, are with us here on this journey, and Brussels and Europe and America. And so thank you, all of you who've supported us and who've really got behind what God's doing in Port Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Bless you.
And bless you guys, and sorry for all the M's. Maybe next time we'll do slightly better, but we're
Slippery
learning,
job.
and come along the journey and see how we improve. Have a great evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you guys watch this.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
We love you.
Love you guys. Bye.